What if I told you that you could buy a home with as little as 3% down? Would you believe me? Most people still think that you need 20% down to buy a home. But that's one of the biggest myths in real estate. The truth is, many buyers are getting into their first homes with as little as 3% down. Yes, 3% for a minimum down payment to buy a home. Let's break down what that means for you. If you're purchasing a $600,000 home, 20% down payment would be $120,000. But with a 3% down payment program, that's $18,000. $120,000, $18,000. That's a big difference, right? That could be the difference between someday and right now for you. There are loan options like conventional 97, FHA, and there are some 0% down programs if you do qualify. So if you're in the military or a veteran, check out the VA loans. If you're looking at buying agricultural property, you'll want to check out a USDA loan. More important thing to note, in addition to your down payment, you'll also want to save for closing costs. Some of these costs are the fees that are going to be associated with your loan, fees for title insurance, escrow, as well as homeowners insurance, taxes. Those are just some of the costs to name a few. In most cases, closing costs can run between 2 and 3% of the purchase price. So on that same $600,000 home, that's roughly around $12,000 to $18,000. If those costs are a challenge for you to come up with, you can consider negotiating your closing costs in your offer. So if we put it all together, 3% down payment is $18,000 plus closing costs. Those will be around $12,000 to $18,000. So that means you could buy a $600,000 home with somewhere in the ballpark of $30,000 to $35,000. And depending on your situation, it could be a little bit less. If a 3% down payment and closing costs, there's still a stretch for you, you might want to consider asking a family member for some help. There are some loan programs out there that will allow for gift funds towards your down payment. You might have a generous relative out there somewhere. I strongly believe where there's a will, there is a way. It all begins with a strategic plan and belief that you can accomplish this goal. So don't buy into the myth that you need to wait to buy a home until you save 20%. If you're financially stable, you have a steady income, and you want to start building equity, waiting might actually cost you more in rising home prices and rent. To refer you to one of my trusted lenders who can run a few scenarios for you. Sometimes a quick chat is all it takes to see that buying a home is more achievable than you thought. So owning a home might be way closer than you think. Well, I would love to help you take the first step towards making that happen. If you are in the San Diego area, please reach out. And if you're not, no worries. I can connect you with an awesome, trusted realtor wherever you're looking to buy. So don't wait. Reach out today and let's turn that dream of home ownership into reality. You've got this.